All right, I'm going to go through an example essay and point out how everything that's required for the essay is included in this writing. So I gave it the title, The Impact of Cell Phones. Technology has been able to help mankind learn more information about a variety of topics than ever before. But this increase in knowledge has come with a price. The poem, What is a Cell Phone, discusses the different uses of cell phones and how they can impact the user. The article, Watch Out, Cell Phones Can Be Addictive, explains how our dependency on cell phones has resulted in an addiction. Cell phones have many benefits, but they also have led to a change in who we are. Both pieces of text provide examples of how cell phones have changed who we are. First of all, the article explains how some people have become so addicted that they may have a panic attack when their battery dies or phone breaks. This reaction is similar to drug addicts and supports the idea that we have changed. Secondly, the poem compares a cell phone to a security blanket. Many people feel like they must have their phone in order to feel safe and secure. People did not have this reaction when cell phones were not part of their daily lives. Overall, some people may believe that cell phones have not impacted our behavior, but cell phones have had positive and negative influences in our lives. These influences have changed who we are. It is important to make sure that cell phones are creating positive changes and not negative changes. Okay, so the first part of your T chart said that you had to write an essay, which obviously I've done here. The second part was that you had to explain both articles. Now, that does not mean you summarize both articles completely. Really, just stating the central idea of both articles is good enough. So that's what I've done here. The poem, What is a Cell Phone, discusses the different uses of cell phones and how they impact the user. So that explains what the poem is about. Remember that it says all of the different ways that we use cell phones. The second article, the article, Watch Out, Cell Phones Can Be Addictive, explains how our dependency on cell phones has resulted in an addiction. Right there, I've done the second part of the T chart, which is where I had to explain both articles. The next part was that you have to argue that they have made a change. So, based off the rubric, you had to include your claim, and that is what this sentence right here is. And notice it is the last sentence in my first paragraph. So, this is my claim. Cell phones have many benefits, but they have also led to a change in who we are. Okay, so now I have to use the evidence to support my claim. Both pieces of text provide examples of how cell phones have changed who we are. First of all, so here's a transitional word. Those are required in the writing. Here's my evidence. The article explains how some people have become so addicted that they may have a panic attack when their battery dies or phone breaks. That goes with the first article that we read. Secondly, there's my next transitional word. The poem compares a cell phone to a security blanket. That's evidence from the poem. And then I even go through and I explain how each piece of evidence supports the idea that we have changed. So not only do I provide evidence, but I explain it. That's a key part that you have to do. And then I have my conclusion. So overall, and that is my third transitional word. And the rubric says that you have to include the counterclaim, which is just the opposite argument. That's what I've done right here. Some people may believe that cell phones have not impacted our behavior. That is the counterclaim. It needs to be required in your writing. You don't have to elaborate on it, you just have to state it. But cell phones have had positive and negative influence in our lives. These influences have changed who we are. Here I restated my claim, which is something you need to make sure you do in your concluding paragraph. It is important to make sure that cell phones are creating positive and not negative changes. So, based off of the T chart, here I have written my essay. I have explained what both articles were, both pieces of text. Here's the poem, and here's the information about the article. I stated my claim. Cell phones have many benefits, but they have also led to a change in who we are. I restated my claim down here at the bottom. I provided evidence from both texts to support my claim. This was from the magazine article. This was from the poem. And I've used correct grammar and punctuation throughout my writing.